Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check these headlines out here. 2023 CBDC race. We're going to get into that. And FTX $1 million prize to banks. We'll tell you why. Crypto exchange and Super Bowl ads to go along with the FTX there. Crypto sell-off. We'll cover it with a large investor and macroeconomist, by the way. RBI implement basic version of CBDCs. ETHgate, when will we get a level playing field? World Economic Forum partner list, and guess who's on it? Federal Reserve on Ethereum. Oh my goodness. And Federal Reserve also issues a timeline, a deadline, in fact, on Libor to SOFR. We just covered it this morning. Valerie Hispanic on tech innovators working within the regulatory framework and system, and R3 Corda. And how about technical analysts aligning on XRP price? But how much? Let's roll that beautiful intro and find out.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got lots to go over today. It's $2.242 trillion market cap. It's December 29th. 2021, we're closing out the year, and it is a huge sell-off today. Bitcoin back down at 47,600 plus, Ethereum at $3,700 plus. We see Solana coming in at 174 and change. Cardano is $1.38 this morning. XRP is 83 cents. It's off by 12.47% on the 7-day. 4.3 of that is on the 24-hour. Let's take a look at the price range. We see we're ranging between 0.8158 on the bottom and 0.8793 on the top side. Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are brought to you by Link2.com, private investing made simple. And it really is made simple when you deal with them. Yes, you have to be accredited, but if you're not, don't get frustrated. They're trying to do the work back end with the regulatory agencies to get rid of those hype bars for all of us. They will not stop until they make that happen. But until then, work on your portfolio if you want to be accredited. And when this market does turn around and we have our bull cycle moment, maybe you'll be accredited and you will have access to these things. And know this right now, you still have a chance to earn $1,500 XRP if you use your Uphold wallet to purchase Ripple private equity. That is strictly because they firmly believe it is a way for them to show their support that XRP is in fact a currency in their eyes. And what a better way to do that than to stand up with Ripple and XRP by making that offer to everybody who buys private equity. These things go very quickly, and there are tons of amazing products here. You can just see a quick list of it. Make sure you check them out and register even if you're not accredited, because you get access to a whole bunch of data on all of these companies for free. Take a look at this. XRP users continue to move away from exchanges. ProCoin News tells us we're 373 days into the American crypto innovation under siege, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on here. Better follow ProCoin News. They're amazing. Make sure you sign up. This article tells us very quickly here that XRP users move funds away from exchanges as inflows on crypto market increase. We take a look at this, and it says basically here that XRP whales are moving their funds away from exchanges as inflows move on the cryptocurrency market increase general. It says here the first transaction shared by Whale Tier shows us that 3 hours before press time, 162 million XRP being moved from the Nexo exchange. The large transaction appeared only a few hours before the asset spiked down 4.3%. Then we see here a second less significant transaction was made on Binance Exchange and was worth 11 million approximately. Again, it says here against the previously moved $130 million. A large transaction was made to an unknown address, currently holds a mind-blowing 300 million XRP. How about that? We'll keep an eye on it. We know here, we're going to hear from a macroeconomist just a second. Raoul Pal is going to tell us the state of what he thinks going on in the market right now. But check this out. Indian entrepreneur and CEO of crypto exchange Wazir X envisions a race between countries to launch their local versions of central bank digital currencies. And it is going to be something to see in the coming year, he says. And I tend to agree with him. And so is this. Because this goes in line with the CBDC race. FTX Exchange floats $1 million prize for banks to accept stable coins. And here we see there's even a bigger push for FTX doing brand awareness here and really normalizing crypto, and they're offering to mass appeal right here. FTX has invested $20 million for the spot in the 2022 Super Bowl. But before that, the platform had also inked a $135 million naming deal with Miami Heat earlier this year. The Heat is on. Raoul Pal believes institutions have finished taking profits as the year winds up. And this is what we've talked about on this channel, is that you see a lot of tax harvesting is what they call it, when people sell off their portfolio to kind of get their books back in line. It's exactly what Raoul Pal tells us here. He says, considering that much of the selling in December has come from wallets that accumulated Bitcoin around the summer, according to Glassnode, and that institutional assets under management of cryptocurrency surged in May and October, according to CoinShares, the timing of selling indeed points to institutions unloading some bags. Now the question is, are they done? Asked Powell. It looks like they're done because the market has been chopping around for the past week, which was the traditional last week of everybody squaring their books in a more of a tax harvesting situation there. So we shall see. It's a hint that we may see this market actually turn back around. It will be interesting to watch what happens. Reserve Bank of India recommends India implement the basic version of a central bank digital currency, reinforcing the notion that this coming year and the next year will be a huge race among central banks around the world to launch their CBDC. This is an article here on the USD coin, which I firmly believe is the unofficial public-private relationship for the stablecoin to represent the digital dollar of the United States. I've said it many times, and if I'm wrong, I'll make the video that says so. But they're expanding their business using what they have to offer with the USD coin and their yields at Circle to attract even more from business to business. Corporate treasurers can maximize reserves while minimizing risk, said Hannah Post, the yield product specialist at Circle. Yield offers returns much higher than what is currently available for most traditional financial institutions, interest-bearing products, and minimizes the complexity of accessing this new asset class by being able to fund the product directly from your Circle account. That's something the dollar's not able to do currently in the state of affairs it's in. And yes, we have to touch on it because the fight is not over. The Ethereum free pass, hashtag ETHgate, tag everyone. Why is this story not being covered, let alone by mainstream media, but more importantly, by crypto media? Why is CoinDesk not covering this? Why is Bitcoin Magazine not covering this? And Decrypt? Why You Today? Why are all of these e-zines out here in the crypto media world not covering what really is a gigantic story, one of the biggest financial stories of the century? Think of this. We're introducing a new digital asset class, and here we're watching one of the projects get a free pass, so billions of dollars can be launched like an assembly line off of that network, giving them a unique advantage while everyone else, including Ripple and XRP, are held to a much different standard. Listen to the evasiveness, a deliberate evasiveness of Vitalik Buterin in this clip.
Right. So it's not the launch that we have. So we are going to start the Ether pre-sale in a couple of weeks. So the Ether pre-sale will be an opportunity for anyone to purchase Ether, where Ether is the internal currency inside of the Ethereum system, sort of like the XRP and Ripple.
Now, is there a big window of opportunity for people to get in, or is there just like a one-day opportunity?
No, it's something we're thinking of. It might be 45 days, it might be 30, it might be 60 days.
Okay, so there's plenty of time.
Sort of an incremental thing, so the earlier you go in.
The earlier you get in, the better a price you get.
So it doesn't say that you got to be a developer or somebody who's going to use the network. They are really flagrant double talking here, just as cited by Crypto Law. Ethereum founder and top investors had suggested enormous legal risk under Gary Gensler's SEC. When will Gary Gensler come out and level this playing field? You know, that's all we want here. That's all we want. We want the same opportunity, not just for Ripple XRP, but the entire space to have the same opportunity that Ethereum has been given. And they have been given that opportunity. There's no question about that. It has not been earned. All right, let's take a look right here because the World Economic Forum partner list, 99% large corporations. So what do you see in between? I'll tell you, and they will too. Right here, it's XRP Yo-Yo telling you Ripple's on the list, baby, as if we didn't know. But it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move through this news. You're going to like this. Now, this is really interesting. This is Federal Reserve commenting on Ethereum smart contracts and the ERC token standard. This is really a breakdown from December 33rd, 2020, almost a year ago to today, talking about token accounts in the context of digital currencies. It goes on here to highlight here that they talk about Ethereum smart contracts, Ethereum network differ from Ether, and ERC-20 tokens themselves. I just happen to wonder if they're digging those gas fees. I'm asking for a friend. Yeah. The gas fees are a problem. And we've heard here, and I even shared a video, I believe it was yesterday or day before, from Digital Asset Investor, where they're literally talking about Ethereum being a demo, which really constitutes an unfinished product. How can you give a project a pass like that when it's not even complete or scalable? And we've heard Vitalik Buterin and Joseph Lubin admit that it's not a scalable solution. Here is a bigger piece of news right here from Jimmy Valley. If you have not seen the video I put out from this morning covering Libor, Sandy O'Connor, one of the architects of creating SOFR, the solution for Libor being the London Interbank offer rate, which is the interest rate offered from one bank to another, and it has been the standard for the world for a very long time. Now moving and changing over to SOFR, the secured overnight financing rate. Now, with that being understood, the Fed is laying it down. It's going to be a long winter if you continue to stick to Libor in 2022. Start using a robust alternative reference rate like SOFR before the supervisory deadline for no new Libor contracts by the end of year. Think of it. In just a couple days, the only thing that's going to be really offered to you is SOFR from now on because it's a more accurate calculation of what the rate should be, taking out the expert analysis that was in the Libor rate that allowed for manipulation of that interest rate for individual banks' benefits. That's what we're moving to. And this is too. This is Valerie Sispanik. That's right, from the mouth of babes right here. The SEC speaking and discussing how technological innovators benefit from designing projects within a current regulatory framework, as this enables them to gain credibility and attractive investment, as if the SEC has any room to talk about credibility. Listen what she says here at the recent CordaCon event, and then we're going to talk about R3 and just how big this is going to be.
Now we see projects trying to come in. They're much more sophisticated. They've done a lot of their reading and learning about how the SEC and the CFTC work and other federal regulators and state regulators. We see that the projects are trying to come in and design within the frameworks that apply. I think they're recognizing the benefits to having the regulatory oversight, and when you can reduce that regulatory risk, you give yourself credibility. You give yourself longevity, you attract investment. So I think people are seeing the benefits to coming within the regulatory fold, so to speak. We see a lot of innovation that is happening in the back end, in the plumbing, people working within systems that they have to see if new technologies like DLT can improve back office processes, and they're trying to test out efficiency. So they're coming in and talking to us about the various tests they're doing and the results they're seeing and where they see the future going for them and for their stakeholders. And we see that the people are starting to use the technology to build compliance into the protocol itself, which is very, very kind of exciting, because I think it's the programmability of these assets that make them so special, and programming compliance in.
Programming compliance in. I just wanted to stop right there because what do we know about RippleNet? RippleNet has governance and rules built into the system, Just wanted to highlight that.
I think it's just part of that, but adds to that. So I think that, innovators definitely benefit when regulators understand the technology. So we've done a lot of learning through our engagement, and we've benefited because we've become that better regulator. We've gone to the next level with a lot of these discussions. I think on the flip side, though, regulators and the public policy goals that we protect can benefit from innovators understanding what our regulations are and the public policy frameworks that underpin those regulations and rules. And I think that innovation hubs like the CFTCs and like the SECs can just help people through this process. And we've seen a good evolution in that regard.
Well, listen, this is all positive news, and it just gets even bigger because let's go through this reminder right here. It was July of 2020, about 6 months or so ago, that we found out 85% of Italian banks are exchanging interbank transfer data on Corda. The question now is banks across Italy are using R3's Corda blockchain to vastly spread the process of double-checking transaction logs. How long before they phase in to another degree of implementation? Because that's what we're talking about here. Okay, there will be, I believe, a flip the switch moment, and that doesn't mean that everybody's all at once, but it only takes two, okay, to flip the switch. But we have been watching over the years a phase-in operation where whether we're talking about Ripple's suite of products that they offer and having companies and banks get onto their software and then eventually graduate to using and then ultimately holding XRP, that is the phase-in operation there. The same thing goes here with R3, is to get them on the platform, get them using it inside, interbank-wise, and then start getting them to actually start settling and doing transactions and so forth. And to go to that measure, this is the ultimate goal here from 2018. This is a reminder. R3 launches Universal Settler, which is the Corda settler, which you have access to once you join R3 and upload your business and plug into the Corda platform. XRP was cited as the first settlement mechanism. Now, they do intend to expand and offer other digital assets for settlement through that Corda settler, but XRP is certainly one of them, even if it's off-chain. Let's take a look quickly now because there's another analyst on the scene here. It says you may not understand it, you may not like it, you may not believe it, but he says it will happen anyways. This is Mr. XRP showing us right here what he believes. And this is a chart showing here that we could be seeing a plus 18, looks about $20 or so, which aligns with a lot of what we see out here, whether it's Road to $27 from CoinsKid, who's amazing, Dark Defender, 13 plus, right? Whether we're talking about other people out here that have made these Crypto Bull, $15 plus. All of these technical analysts are reading the tea leaves using different charting tools and coming up with the same answer, no matter how much the market is bleeding off now, which appears to be from a sell-off, right? An end-of-year sell-off, taking profits, settling up their books, and then coming back and re-entering this market. I do believe when we see this market move to the positive side, it will look much different than 2017 and 2018 because there's so much more money in this space than back in 2017, 2018. You tell me if I'm wrong and I'll make the video. But when I look right here, this is a reminder here also from Dark Defender, who's been around here for a long time. And these charts that he has been sharing have been out here for a long time too. And they still hold up to this day. You know, for me, great technical analysts, they target prices. But what they really do that brings me the comfort and confidence to keep referring to their charts is to show me the supports and resistances. And when they hit those marks, and we see that we're currently in that zone right now, around 85 cents or so, and then it may go down to 65 cents. It may even go all the way to 48. And if it does, I'm going to back the truck up. You better bet I am, because I know what I hold. I really know what I hold. Resistances at 96 cents, 104 and 142 and 175. And by the way, 175 to 192, we crossed those zones and we're on our way to $4 plus, according to Dark Defender and CoinsKid. So this is exciting stuff for me. I'm using this time to continue to accumulate for my family. I'm not providing financial advice to you or anyone else. I'm just sharing my digital perspectives. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. I want to hear what you got to say. And you know what? Check out all the links in the description and comment box. They are great products and services I use each and every day. I'll catch all of you on the next one.